Chapter 3. Get to know yourself. Connor really wants to play soccer. He enjoys watching soccer games on TV over and over. He imagines himself actually becoming a soccer player. He feels very excited about it and he thinks he would be good at soccer. Becoming a soccer player is a future dream for Connor. But when sports sign-up time comes, his dad has a different idea. Guess what? His dad says, I'm going to coach a basketball team this year. You'll be on my team. We'll have a great time together. Connor doesn't know if he should do what he wants or what his dad wants. Finally, he decides to go along with his dad. He plays basketball instead of soccer. Kate works hard to fit in with the popular clique at school. She tries to like the same things they like. She tries to hate the same things they hate. She bugs her mom to buy her the same clothes. She spends her allowance on the same music. She wears her hair the same way. She uses the same slang words, and on and on. It's hard to keep up. Sometimes Kate wishes she could just be herself. Maybe you know people like Kate and Connor. Maybe you're thinking they should stick up for themselves. In Chapter 1, we talked about how we should stick up for ourselves and not let people control us. Because if you let people control us, then you're not going to have no freedom inside you. And you want to be able to have freedom and to be able to do what you want. And you're right. If you work too hard to please other people, it's hard to get to know yourself. And that makes it hard to stick up for yourself. But you can make a change. A good place to start is by naming and claiming your feelings, future dreams, and needs. Name your feelings. Back when you were learning to talk, you only know a few words and sounds you thought were words, so you had to use the same word or sound to name many things. Maybe you say, wah, you meant water and milk and juice and all of the other things you like to drink. When you say wah to your mom, she had to guess what you really wanted. Later, as you learn more words, you could be more specific. You could say milk when you wanted milk, juice when you wanted juice. From there, you learn to say apple juice and orange juice. You made an important discovery. The more names of things you knew, the more you could ask for what you wanted, and the more likely you were to get it. Feelings have their own special names. The more names you know, the more you can understand your feelings and tell other people about them, and the more you can stick up for yourself. Names are like handles for your feelings. Knowing the right name for a feeling allows you to pick it up, learn about it, and make choices about it. Calling feelings by their right names adds to your personal power. Calling feelings by their wrong names takes away from your personal power. Zoe is lying on her bed with her blanket over her bed. She just had the worst day of her life. Her best friend ignored her. Her teacher scolded her for not paying attention in class. A boy she likes found out that she likes him, and now everybody knows. Plus, she totally spaced out after school and forgot to stay for a Helping Hands club meeting, and she's the president of the club. Zoe's dad walks by her room and sees her lying there. "What's wrong?" he asks. "Are you okay?" "No, I'm not okay," Zoe signs from under her blanket. "I'm really, really sad." "That's silly," her dad answers. 10 years old. 10-year-olds don't have anything to be really, really sad about. You're probably just tired. If Zoe goes along with what her dad tells her, she may learn to call her feelings by the wrong name. Whenever she feels sad, she'll think or say, "I'm just tired." She'll lose the handle for feelings. Jerome is having problems with her older sister, Jada. It seems like their mom is always thinking of her first. Jada takes the dynamics lessons, so Jerome stays home and babysits their brother. Jada has the steering role in the school play, so Jerome has to do some of her chores for a whole month. Jada earns straight A's, but Jerome brings home B's and C's. Jada gets all the attention. His mom can tell something is bothering Jerome. "What's up with you lately?" she asks him one day. "If you really want to know, sometimes it seems like the only person you care about is Jada," he says. "I guess I'm kind of jealous." "It's not nice to be jealous of your sister," his mom says. "Jealousy is a bad feeling." If Jerome goes along with what his mom says, he's likely to feel shame whenever he feels jealous. He'll feel unworthy and small. He may even begin to deny his jealous feelings or lock them up inside himself. Feelings aren't wrong or right, bad or good. Feelings just are. When you know and accept this basic fact, you can start claiming all your feelings. If you think you feel sad, that's how you feel. If you think you feel jealous, that's how you feel. Nobody can make you feel a different way. Nobody knows more about your feelings than you do. Sometimes, though, we might call a feeling by the wrong name because we can't tell the difference between two similar feelings, or because we aren't sure of the right word for a feeling. So it's helpful to learn how to recognize different feelings and call them by the right names. Grow a feeling vocabulary. How good are you right now at naming your feelings? Is it easy or hard for you to come up with the right words to describe how you feel? You can grow a feeling vocabulary by listening to other people talk about their feelings. Ask for help describing your feelings. Read about feelings the way you are doing now. Dr. Selvin Tompkins was a psychologist who spent much of his life studying people's feelings. He believed that most feelings can be grouped into 9 basic types. The first 7 types include both a low intensity feeling and a high intensity feeling. The high intensity feeling is stronger. Here are 9 types of feelings Dr. Tompkins named. Number 1, interest. So I'm going to start by reading the low intensity feeling. So to the left, this is a low intensity feeling, and to the right, this is the high intensity feeling. So I'm going to read you 9 intensity feelings, and we'll see which one of you feel that which one of you feel in that. So number 1, interest. Number 2, enjoyment, surprise, fear, distress, anger, shame, disgust. High intensity feeling: excitement, joy, startle, terror, anguish, rage, humiliation. So this smell, I don't know, this smell might not be a feeling, but it could be, to be honest. So don't worry, we'll explain this strange word later. I think this smell is a strange letter, to be honest. Other feelings is a real word, but I don't think this smell is not really a real word, to be honest. So let's turn the page. Hold on. So interest, when you're interested in something, you're very curious about it. You concentrate on it because it holds your attention. And when you want to learn and know everything you can about that thing or idea. Similarity, when you're interested in a person, you're fascinated by them and what they do, like or say. Things and people you might be interested in could include a video game, a TV show or YouTube channel, a book, a band or a musician, a conversation you're overhearing, learning something new at school or on your own. An app for your tablet, someone who's a role model for you, a new friend. Write at least 3 things or people you're interested in. You can leave it in the comment section. More names for interested: curious, fascinated, enthusiastic, passionate, concerned. So more names for interested. Opposite is bored, uninterested, indifferent. Excitement. When you're excited about something, it's hard to think about anything else. Excitement captures your attention. It quickens your pace. You might move faster and even think faster. Things you might be excited about are going on vacation, meeting new people, your birthday, taking a risk, finding something you need for one of your collections, an idea for a new project. Get personal. Write about at least 3 things you get excited about. More names for excited: thrilled, eager, accelerated, enthusiastic. Opposite: bored, sleepy, apathetic, dull, blah, couldn't care less. Enjoyment. When you're enjoying yourself, you're smiling contentedly and feeling very pleased and satisfied. You feel happy and warmed all over. Times you might be enjoying yourself are when you're playing quietly with a friend, a parent reading you to sleep, you're petting your cat or dog, you're relaxing with a hobby, you're watching your favorite video. Write down at least 3 things you enjoy doing. More names for enjoying yourself: pleased, relaxed, satisfied, content. Opposites are unhappy, tense, exhausted. Joy: when you're joyful, your whole body is full of happiness. You're bubbling over. The world feels like a wonderful place. Times you might be joyful are when it's your birthday and you get all the presents you hoped for. You win the first place in the class tournament. You fly on the airplane to visit your grandparents. Someone you like finally noticed you. You run a race from start to finish. Write about a time you felt joyful. More names for joyful: glad, ecstatic, walking on air, flying high, lighthearted. Opposites: unhappy, down, sad, lonely, blue. Surprise: when you're surprised by someone, you may not know how to react at first. You weren't expecting what happened, so you're not sure what to do. Maybe you didn't say or do anything for a moment or two. You need time to observe the experience. Things that might surprise you are getting a letter or email from a friend who moved away a long time ago. Learning that your teacher went to school with your mom. The first snowball of the season. Unexpected gift. A complaint from someone you admire. You can be surprised by something positive just as you can be surprised by something negative. In either case, the main thing is that if it's unexpected, surprise stops you and your track for a moment. Write about a time when you felt surprised. More names for surprise: amazed, astonished, impressed, blown away. Opposites: bored, glaze, indifferent, ho-hum, startled. When you're startled by something, like a sudden crash nearby, your immediately response is shocked. Things that might startle you are: someone jumps out at you from behind a tree. You step off a curb into a paddle of icy water. You sit down on a chair and find out too late that it doesn't have a bottom. A dog barks behind you. A scary scene like in a movie or a TV program. Like surprise. Being startled can be triggered by something positive or negative. Startle is just stronger and and more intense than surprise. Write a time when you felt startled. More names for startled: shocked, astonished, alarmed. Opposites: calm, settle, reassure, peaceful. Fear: when you're fearful, you're feeling frightened or worried. You think something bad is going to happen or someone is about to threaten or hurt you. Fear signals that you are in danger, or that you believe you are in danger. A threat may really exist, or you may only be imagining it, but imagining something dangerous can still feel very real. Things that can make you fearful are being alone at home, your first day at your new school, thinking about tomorrow's math test, speaking in front of your class, hearing that a big storm is coming, Being bullied. That's what people gotta go through every day. Just being bullied and everything. So write down at least 3 things that make you fearful. More names for fearful: scared, frightening, worried, nervous. Opposites: confident, brave, fearless, trusting, hopeful. Terror: when you're terrified, you're very frightened. You may feel paralyzed by extreme fear, as if you can't move or even to help yourself. Things that terrify you are a nightmare. Getting lost or separated from your family is in a strange place. Being chased by people who want to hurt you. Being in a car that's about to crash. Being in a national disaster like a hurricane, a flood, or a tornado or an earthquake. Seeing or being threatened by violence. Watching a news program on the TV about a school shooting, terrorist attack, or something else very scary. Get personal. Write about a time when you felt terrorized. Tell what happened and what you did. You're going to leave that part in the comment section. So all these questions that's telling you, so you can put it down in the comment section about what you felt in certain situations. More names for terrified: frightened, petrified, and a panic. So opposites: relaxed, encouraged, courageous, calm, distress. When you're in distress about something, you feel sad inside and you feel like crying. Things that might distress you are hearing your parents argue, when your best friend moves away, finding out that someone you love is sick, being punished unfairly, losing or breaking something you care about very much. Get personal. Write about a time you felt distress. More names for distress: hurt, upset, sad, tearful, crying, sobbing. Opposites: relieved, comfort, cheerful, glad. Anguish: when you're feeling anguish, you in very great distress. Sadness now feels like anger or misery. It might even result in suffering or despair. This is a strong and painful feeling. Things you might feel anguish about are the death of the person or pet you love, knowing that something you did or said has hurt someone you care about very badly, believing you've just lost your best friend, learning that your parents are splitting up, learning about the problems of other people in the world, such as hunger, war, or homelessness. Get personal. Write about a time when you felt anguish. Tell what happened and what you did. Have you ever told anyone else about this? Think about telling an adult, someone you trust and can talk to. More names for anguish: suffering, tormented, grieving, torture, heartbroken. Opposites are reassured, safe, soothed, and protected. Anger. Anger can set in fierce, here in a moment and gone in the flush. So this part, leave that part in the comments. You don't have to do that one, because writing sometimes hurt people's hands. So that's why I say leave in the comments down below about a time you felt anguish. About a time that you felt that way. Tell what happened and what you did. Have you told anyone about this? Think about telling an adult, someone you trust and can talk to. Leave that in the comment section. So, anger. Anger can be sudden and fierce, here in the moment and gone in a flush. Or it could start slowly, gradually build, and then burn for a long time. You can feel angry at a particular person or about a particular thing. Or you might feel angry at everyone and everything. Some people confuse anger with a powerful feeling, because anger is such a strong feeling. They think it makes them strong, but it only makes them look and feel tough on the outside. That's not real personal power, because personal power comes from inside. Remember that personal power means being secure and confident inside yourself. Times we might feel angry are when your sister or brother reads your journal without asking. You don't get your way. A teacher says you were cheating when you wasn't. A friend breaks a promise to you. You get grounded for breaking the rule. Write about a time when you felt angry. Tell what happened and what you did. So more names for anger: angry, mad, bitter, irritated, indignant, resentful. Opposite is loving, friendly, peaceful, agreeable. Rage. Rage is anger that boils over and blows up, like the fire. Cause when you remember when the water is boiling and the smoke comes out, and you put in the pot. So before you put the pasta in, then you put in the water, and you wait for the water to boil, and then once the water boils, then you put your pasta in. Rage is like that. So when you think of the word rage, think of the water boiling. When you try to boil the water for the hot tea and for the pasta. It's the most intense form of anger. Or it may stay hidden inside of you, waiting to explode like a volcano. To feel enraged is to feel such intense anger that you need to work hard to keep it under control. Times you feel enraged are when someone shames you or humiliates you by insulting you, beating you up, or making fun of you. Someone takes something that belongs to you and won't give it back. Someone spreads lies about you. Someone treats you unfairly. Your parents change the rules and you feel powerless. Write about a time when you felt enraged. Tell what happened and what you did. So more names for enraged: furious, boiling, seeing red. Opposites: calm, quiet, soothe. Shame. When you feel shame, you feel like everyone is looking at you, judging you. It's like they can see inside you. Shame is about feeling worthless and exposed. Reveal as ugly inside. It can feel like your protective covering has suddenly been stripped away, allowing others to see you as a lesser. And although you want the spitefully to hide, it's as though you caught in a burning glare of a spotlight. It might feel like Nobody could ever like you or respect you. Shame is like a wound deep inside you. Shame is about feeling that everyone is judging you as an inferior. It feels like everyone now knows your secret. You're just no good. But even when no one else is around, you may still judge yourself and feel ashamed. No other feeling is more deeply disturbing than shame. Times you might feel shame are when you ask your teacher for help and he says, don't bother me, right? When you ask your teacher for help and he says, don't bother me right now, I'm busy. And your classmate laughs. Your dad scolds you for crying, saying, stop being a baby. You have to give a speech in front of your class and suddenly your mind goes blank. You want to approach someone you don't know, but you feel tongue-tied and stupid. You talk back to your mother and she shouts, shame on you, you should know better. You should know better. Better, yes, you should know better. You trip and fall and everyone around you laugh. You reveal a secret your best friend asks you not to tell anyone, and you feel ashamed because you know you did something wrong. Let's see. So write about a time when you felt shame. Tell what happened and what you did. Have you ever told anyone else about this? Think about telling an adult, someone you trust and can talk to. More names for shame like expose. That question, put it in the comment section. Before you can leave, then you put your answers in the comment section. So that part, I would like to see. So more names for shame like expose, discourage, uncomfortable, embarrassed, shy, guilty, self-conscious, and inferior. Opposites, confident, proud, on top of the world. Humiliation. When you're humiliated, you've been deployed, you've been deeply and often publicly shamed. Humiliation is the most intense form of shame. You feel utterly defeated by someone or something. Shame has grown into something that feels agonizing and unbearable. You feel like you'll never be able to show your face again. Times you feel humiliated are when you forget your lines in the school play on the opening night. Someone you trust tells other people a secret about you. A parent scolds you in front of your friends. Another kid beats you up at school while everyone is watching. The kids at school starts calling you a terrible nickname, and it feels like they'll never stop. Someone bullies you every day on the bus. So leave a comment down below about a time when you felt humiliated. Tell what happened and what you did. Have you ever told anyone else about this? Think about telling an adult, someone you trust and can talk to. More names for humiliated, mortified. See you later. Have a good day. Mortified, disgraced, defeated, alienated. Opposites like proud, elated, self-assured. Dismal. Dismal is a funny sounding word you've probably never heard before. You're not alone. You're not alone. A lot of people haven't heard it. In fact, it's not even in a dictionary. Dr. Sylvan Thompson invented to describe a specific feeling that didn't have a name yet. He wanted a word similar to disgust, so he came up with the smell. When you experience the smell, it usually becomes certainly something or someone close to you smells very bad. Smells very bad, and you have to pull away quickly. The smell is our natural response to bad odors, to anything that's foul smelling. First, your upper lip raises up on both sides of your face. Then your whole face pulls back, lifting your nose away from the nasty smell. You might wrinkle your nose and say something out loud like yuck, ew, stinky, smelly, pew, gross. Go to a mirror and try to make your face like this. Raise your upper lip and pull your face back. Wrinkle your nose, then notice how you feel when your face looks like this, because this smell shows so clearly onto your face. People around you can tell when you feel it. They might wonder, is it me? Feel as if you're trying to push them away. Times you might experience this smell are when you're walking down the street and suddenly step in dog poop. You open the refrigerator looking for something to eat and smell something spoiled. You come close to your baby brother and realize his diaper needs changing. You're watching a movie and one of the characters falls into a garbage dump. Comment down below about a time where you experienced this smell. Tell what happened and what you did. More names for the feeling of this smell is repulse, repel, gross out. Opposite of attract, accepting, welcoming, pleased. Disgust. When you're disgust with someone or something, you can't stand to be around that person or thing. They made you feel sick to your stomach. You want to get rid of them. You want to be rid of them. The way you would spit out something that tastes awful. At times, you might even feel disgust with yourself. Times you might feel disgusted are when you discover a friend that has lied to you. You realize that your older siblings isn't perfect. You feel too grown up for little kid stuff. You stop liking someone who betrayed your trust and don't want to be friends with that person anymore. You do or say something you wish you can take back, but it's too late. So write about a time when you felt disgusted with another person. Tell what happened and what you did. Then write about a time when you felt disgusted with yourself. So that part, we can leave that in the comment section. More names for disgust. Revolted, repel, put off by. Opposite. Affectionate, fond of, impress. Feelings and facial expressions. Now that you know each feeling has its own name, here's something else to know. Each feeling looks different on people's faces. We talked about what the smell looks like on page 37, but all feelings show up on our faces, and you can learn to watch people's faces to see what they are feeling. Sometimes feelings are very clear. Other times they show through small changes in expression. Eyebrows might go out on foreheads, lips curves up and down. Here are common facial signs of the primary feelings we've been talking about. Interest and excitement. Your eyebrows are down, your eyes are focused intentionally, and you're paying close attention. You're looking and listening, tracking whatever is happening. Enjoyment and joy. You're smiling with your lips wide up and out. Surprise and startle. Your eyes are wide open, your eyebrows are raised up and blink. Distress and anguish. Your eyebrows are arched up and the corners of your lips are pulled down. You're crying, even sobbing. Fear and terror. Your eyes are frozen wide open. When your eyes are frozen wide open, your eyebrows are raised and drawn together. Your face is cold and sweaty, might be pale or trembling. Anger and rage. You're frowning and clenching your jaw. Your face might be red or feel real hot. Shame and humiliation. Your eyes look down and away. Your head hangs down. Your face might blush. Dismal. Your head pulls back. Your upper lip is raised up. Your nose is wrinkled. And your eyebrows are lowered. Disgust. Your head moves forward. Your tongue sticks out. Your bottom lip is lowered and pushed out. So try this. Look in the mirror and imagine feeling each of these emotions. Watch your face and study what it looks like as you try to express each feeling. Next, watch other people's faces. Look at people as they walk past you on the street or in the building, or as you sit with them at home or in a class. Remember not to stare through. Study the faces of individuals on TV or in videos. Try to name the feeling or feelings you see on each face. Pay special attention on how smiles look on people's faces. Some smiles are real. In a real smile, muscles around the eyes tighten. Form small lines or wrinkles near the corners of the eye. Other smiles are false and could hide true feelings. By learning to name feelings and then watch them on faces, you understand more about each emotion. You're learning to put feelings together with their names. You're connecting how they feel on the inside with how they look on the outside. You're learning about how you and other people feel. This helps you to get to know yourself better. Combine feelings. Did you used to think that being surprised and startled were the same, or that being fearful and terrified were the same? Now you know they're different and each feeling has its own name. You're growing a feeling vocabulary. Sometimes it can be hard to tell feelings apart. That's because you can have more than one feeling at a time, or you can have many feelings, one after the other, coming so quickly they all seem to mix together. You might feel startled first and then angry right after that, like the time when someone jumped out at you or scared you. You want to punch that person. You might be enjoying yourself when someone says something rude to you, and all at once you feel humiliated. For example, you're looking through a box of toys when you discover your old box. You take them out and build a tower. It's fun. Then your big sister comes in your room and says, "Look at all that baby! Oh, look at the little baby playing with blocks. Isn't that cute?" You might go from being surprised to being joyful, like the time your parents threw a surprise birthday party for you or brought you a present you weren't expecting. You might go from feeling shame to feeling rage. Shame and rage are very closely connected. Rage is a way to cover up shame so it doesn't show as much or isn't so uncomfortable. Just as the primary colors, red, yellow, and blue, can be mixed to make more colors, the 9 types of feelings can be blended to make more feelings. We call these combined feelings. Here are 4 you might experience. Contempt. To feel contemptuous is to look down on other people. You think you're better than they are. You feel as if there's something wrong with them and they don't deserve to be liked or respected. Contempt is a combination of anger and dismay. Often, the way contempt looks on a person's face is called a sneer. Imagine that one side of your face shows anger, maybe you're frowning. Now imagine that on the other side of your face, your upper lip is raised in dismay. This sneer is a telltale sign of contempt. Sometimes contempt acts as a defense, a way to protect yourself against painful or uncomfortable feelings like shame. For kids who feel left out or think they don't fit in contempt is a way to show it doesn't matter. Times you might feel contemptuous are when other kids seem slower than you or not as smart and you feel superior to them. You're lonely and you don't know how to make friends, so you decide you don't care, or you don't need anyone. You're better than them. Other kids don't let you join their club, so you decide the club is stupid beneath you and it's not worth joining. You're afraid to try something new, but you don't want to show it, so you act above it all. Someone has insulted you and you wanted to get back at them, so you called them demeaning names. Write about a time when you felt contempt for another person and tell what happened and what you did. More names for contemptuous: scornful, arrogant, conceited, disrespectful, stuck-up, smug, snooty, sarcastic, modest, respect, accepting. Opposites: modest, respecting, respectful, accepting, tolerant, admiring. Jealousy: you've probably felt the envy or jealousy at one time or another. Try these feelings are similar, but they are not the same. You can be envious of someone's accomplishments in basketball or singing or math. You want to be equal others in achievement, or you can want things that others have. That's envy. Envy is about someone having or getting something that you desire. But feel jealous is to feel bad inside because you are being excluded or you think you are. Jealousy involves at least 3 people, one of who is you. If you're feeling jealous, you're craving someone's affection or attention. If that person shows affection for or interest in someone else, you want to be the focus of that attention. You might suddenly view the person's receiving affection as a rival. You may feel less worthy or even inferior, like there's something wrong with you. At the same time, you might feel angry and resentful. Jealousy is a combination of shame and anger. Everyone feels jealous sometimes. It's a normal, natural feeling that usually passes after a while, like all feelings do. But when it persists over time, when it begins to grow like a snowball rolling down a hill, it can take over our life. Times you might feel jealous are when you get a new baby sister who's suddenly the center of attention like you used to be. The brother has a birthday party and gets lots of presents. You feel ignored. Your best friend makes a new friend and no longer has as much time for you. A parent spends more time with your brother or sister than with you. Kids at school won't let you join a clique or club, then you feel left out. Get personal. Write about a time when you felt jealous. Tell what happened and what you did. More names for jealous like suspicious, resentful, possessive, bitter. Opposites: open-minded, tolerant, accepting, generous, and generous. Loneliness. To feel loneliness is to feel like an outsider. You want to feel close to someone, or you want to belong to a group, but instead you feel shut out, ignored, and unwanted. It seems like no one understands you, wants to be with you, or cares about you. Loneliness is a combination of shame and distress. We all need to feel like we belong somewhere with someone. When we don't, we feel like we're not good enough, and that saddens us deeply. Times you might feel lonely are when it seems that nobody wants to be your friend. It seems that nobody likes you. You've just switched schools and you're having a hard time making friends. You've just moved to a new neighborhood, town, or city where you don't know anyone. Everyone else in your family is busy and no one has time for you. Which it can be sad to not have anyone that's to have it's sad to not have anyone around you and wants to spend quality time with you. That's very sad. So write about a time when you felt lonely. Tell what happened and what you did. More names for lonely is isolated, alone, friendless, and cut off. Opposites are connected, belonging, close, embrace. Down mood. When your mood is up, you feel excited or joyful. You're smiling and might even be bouncing up and down as you walk. When your mood is down, your head hangs low, your shoulders sag, and you might feel like crying. Inside, you feel empty and worthless. You might feel like a failure, like you want to bury your head in a pillow and cry. Just like loneliness, a down mood is a combination of shame and distress. But there is also difference between the two. A down mood and loneliness overlap, but they're not the same thing. You might feel down for one reason, for a lot of smaller reasons, or for no specific reason at all. At least no reason you can name. You can feel down for a short time or a long time. You might even feel down because you're lonely. Sometimes people use the word depressed to describe a down mood, but depression is different and more serious. If you ever experience a down mood that's really down and lasts for 2 weeks or longer, you might have depression. Talk with an adult you trust, a parent, teacher, or school counselor. Find someone who will listen and can help you feel better. Things you might feel in a down mood are when you keep struggling with a particular subject at school. You keep getting picked on or teased by the other kids. You keep getting blamed for things going wrong at home. A teacher at school makes fun of you or ridicules you. Someone is bullying you at school or online. A person you want to be close to doesn't show any interest in you. So last but not least, write about a time when you were in a bad mood, when you were in a down mood. Tell what happened and what you did. More names for a down mood: dejected, desperate, downcast, hurt. Opposite: elated, upbeat, happy, and joyful. Talk about your feelings. Talking about feelings should become a regular part of life. Unfortunately, for many people it isn't. They are uncomfortable talking about their own feelings. They also uncomfortable listening to other people talk about feelings. Maybe some of the adults in your life are like this. To find someone you can talk to about your feelings, start with an adult in your family. You can also try a teacher, the school counselor, a youth group leader, or a religious leader. Maybe your brother or sister. You will find someone who speaks your language. You will find someone who listens and wants to understand. You will find someone you feel safe with. Remember that feelings aren't wrong or right, bad or good. Feelings just are. All of your feelings are okay. All of your feelings are okay for you to have because they're your feelings. No one can take them away from you unless you let them. No one can make you change your feelings unless you let them. So don't. Claim your feelings as your own. They belong to you. Name your future dreams. Your future dreams are your personal goals. The reasons you do what you do. They give you life directions, purpose, and meaning. They guide your decisions and help you decline the kind of person you are. Oh my goodness, hey mom! Help you define the kind of person you are and who you want to be. Let's see. And meaning, they guide your decision and help you define the kind of person you are and who you want to be. Where do future dreams come from? From daydreaming. Whenever you find yourself daydreaming about school, whenever you find yourself daydreaming about school, vacation, summer holidays, about becoming an Olympic track star or a hip-hop dancer, about someday becoming an astronaut, you are actively forming your future dreams. They begin in daydreams, but later they grow into dreams. Then they become goals that guide you forward. What happens if you don't have future dreams? Then you have no personal goals to give you life direction, purpose, and meaning. You have nothing to guide your decisions and help you define the kind of person you are, the person you want to be. you like a car without a steering wheel or a ship without a rudder. Future dreams are essential. There are two kinds of future dreams: dreams for the near future and dreams for the far future. You need both kinds. Examples of dreams for the near future are to make friends at school with kids I respect, to compliment at least one person each day, to be healthy and fit, to learn as much as I can about photographic, to read more and spend less time on a computer or tablet, to earn 3 more merit badge in Scouts, to help other people in my neighborhood and community. So, write about your dreams for the near future. What are your personal goals for this week, next month, or even a year from now? Make a list. Then, think about ways to reach your personal goals. How can you make your dreams come true? Example of dreams for the far future are to become a professional tennis player, to become a singer, to become a scientist, to have children of my own, to get a job where I can work with animals, to make the world a better place. Leave this as write about your dream for the far future. What are your personal goals for your education? What kind of job or career would you like to have? What would you like to achieve? What will give your life meaning? It can be hard to think far into the future, but make a list, start thinking about ways you might reach your personal goals. How can you make your dreams come true? So in that question, leave it down in the comment section below what your answers are for these questions. Look at what you've written about your near future and far future dreams. Are they related? Do some of your near future dreams lead to your far future dreams? For example, maybe you've been daydreaming about working with animals. You form a near future dreams of taking care of rabbits and learning all you can about them. You imagine this over and over as the month goes by. You read about rabbits and learn a lot about their needs and their habits. Maybe your stepmom even helps you adopt a rabbit of your own to care for. Then you begin picturing your life further in the future. You start to imagine becoming a veterinarian. That becomes one of your far future dreams. If you want, talk with adults you trust about your future dreams. See if they have any idea that will help you reach your goals. You may wonder where your future dreams come from. You aren't borrowing with them. You can't buy them at the mall or online. In fact, they come from many sources. Some of them are your family, your teachers, your religious or spiritual leaders, other people you look up to or admire, your role model, your friends, your peer group, kids your age, the music you listen to, what you read in books, magazines, newspapers, and online, TV shows and movies, your personal values, what you believe in and try to live by, your imagination, what you dream and your day dream about. Here's something else you should know about future dreams. Some may stay the same for many years or even your whole life. Others will change as you grow and change. Get in the habit of listing your near future and far future dreams once a month, once a year, or as often as you like. Keep track of your progress. In time, you'll have a map of your life showing where you've been and where you want to go. Naming your dreams adds to your personal power. Name your needs. Need is a word we use a lot. We talk about needing to see a new movie, buy a new game, getting a new haircut. We might say that we need a faster internet connection for one laptop or tablet, or that we need the new shoes everyone seems to have. But these aren't needs. These are wants. Needs and wants aren't the same. There are basic needs that all people share, which makes up a needs vocabulary. The needs for relationship with other people, the needs for touching and holding, the need to feel one with others and to belong, the need to be different and separate from others, the need to nurture, to care for, and help other people, the need to feel worthwhile, valued, and admired, the need for power in our relationship in our life, like feelings. Needs aren't right or wrong, good or bad. Needs just are. The more you know about your needs, the more you can understand them and tell other people about them, and the more you can stick up for yourself. So the need for relationship with other people. So it's like describing like what do you need from the other person and what the other person is not giving you. From the moment we're born, we need to be in a relationship with other people, both in our families and among our friends. We need them to care about us. We need them to feel absolutely positivity, certainly that we're important to them. We need to feel convinced that we're truly wanted. In this way, we come to feel special in each relationship that matters to us. As you get older, some people may tell you it's not good to need or to depend too much. As you get older, some people may tell you it's not good to need or depend too much on others. It's better to stand on your own 2 feet. Some people do believe that independence is the most important trait of all, and that people who need others are weak. But the reality is that it takes real strength to have a relationship with people. Sometimes it's hard to be a friend, a sister or a brother, a daughter or a son. And later in life, you may find out that sometimes it's hard to be a wife or a husband, a partner or a parent. If you need other people, if you have meaningful and vital relationship with them, then you aren't weak, you're strong. Needing and caring for others is a source of strength. Write about your most important relationship. Who are the people you care about, and who care the most about you? Ask one of them to spend some time with you. When you do this, you're asking to have your need met. Later, write about what you did together and how you felt. Leave this part in the comment section, because writing feel like your hands. Because writing sometimes be making your hand hurt. So leave that in the comment section. The need for touching and holding. Need The need for touching and holding. Babies, kids, teenagers, grown-ups, grandparents, everyone needs to be touched and held throughout their life. The need for touching is universal and lifelong. Touching and holding are ways we can show affection for one another. When your mom hugs you goodbye before you leave for school, that and what she's expecting is I love you very much. Touching and holding are also ways we can confront one another. When you fall off your bike and run to your dad and he holds you, he's physically confronting you, he's physically comforting you through touch. He's saying, I'm here to protect you and help you feel better. Many of us also need physical comfort though. Touching and holding when we're sad or distressed. Touching can help us feel safe and secure again. Scientists know that babies need to be touched and held early in life. When babies don't receive enough touching and holding, they don't develop properly. They have physical and mental problems. Other need to be touched and held doesn't go away as we get older. We never outgrow it. Ask someone for a hug. Write about what happens and how you feel. You can put that in the comment section. Unfortunately, people sometimes confuse touching and holding with sex. That's why as you get older, you may get mixed messages about touching and holding. Friends who touch each other are often teased. Parents may suddenly start to feel that their kids are too grown up to be hugged. But this is a problem with how other people think. It isn't a problem with you. It's still okay to need touching and holding now and for the rest of your life. Important. Of course, you should never let anyone touch you in ways that feels wrong to you. That's good touch and that's bad touch. Your parents and teachers have probably told you the difference. If they haven't, here are some basic tips to learn and remember, if someone, no matter who it is, tries to touch you in ways that makes you feel funny, strange, uncomfortable, or afraid, trust your feelings. Say no and get away as fast as you can and tell an adult you trust. It's the need to feel one with others and to belong. Lucas wants to grow up to be just like his Uncle Rosa, who wants to grow up to be just like her mother. Dylan looks up to his older brother. Chloe hopes that someday she'll be as smart as her teacher. And Ian can't stop talking about his hero, a basketball player. From an early age, we all grow attached to certain people who we look up and admire. These are the people we most wanted to be like, identify with. We may copy the way they walk, the way they dress, their mannerism, or even the things they say. This can help us feel deeply connected to them, as though we actually are part of them. We feel like we belong because we feel one with them. Another way we meet our need to feel one with others is by joining particular groups. Scouts, sports team, computer club, or faith community are all groups we may want to become part of or to belong to. So write about 3 people you look up to and admire. Who do you most want to be like and why. Write about the groups of organization you belong to or want to belong to. Tell what you like best or what interests you most about each one. So that part, so let's see. The need to be different and separate from others, just as we need to identify with others to be like them and close to them. We also need to be different from others to be individuals. At times, we need to be separated and independent, even from the people we most admire. Each of us each of us years to believe that there's no one else like me in the whole world. We need to be able to say to the people who are most important to us, I'm not you. I'm different from you. We may even need to say no to things we've learned from them. This is how we define ourselves, how we discover who we really are, and learn what we truly believe as distinct. Separate people in doing so. We become unique. The need to feel different and separate may seem like the opposite of the need to belong and feel one with others. In fact, it is. You'll move back and forth between these two needs throughout your life. Sometimes you'll want to copy people you admire. Other times, your own talents, interests, and abilities will move you to define yourself as different. Write down 3 ways you're different from people in your family. Write about 3 ways you're different from your friends. Be proud of your difference. So this one, leave it in the comment section. So the need to nurture. Ananisha waits for her dad to take a nap. Then she quietly opens the door, goes outside, and starts washing the car. Anisha feels excited. Her dad doesn't know she's washing the car. It's a surprise. She thinks about what will happen when her dad wakes up. He'll come outside and see a clean, shiny car. Agnesia knows that her dad will be happy. The whole time she works on the car, she feels good inside. David looks at the clock on a classroom wall. Only 4 more hours until the school ice skating party. Everyone's going. Kids, parents, teachers, even the principal. I'll be there, his teacher is saying, but I'm not a good skater. I hope nobody laughs at me. She smiles to let the class know that she doesn't mind not being a good skater. That evening at the rink, David sees his teacher. She's skating very slowly next to the rail. David skates over to her. Here, he says, you can take my arm. I'll help you skate around the rink. Why, thank you, David, his teacher exclaims. That's really thoughtful of you. David grins. He feels good inside. We all need to nurture other people. We need to help them and show them that we care about them. Nurturing other people can make them feel good. Just as importantly, it makes us feel good inside. Nurturing and caring for others meets a fundamental need we all have. Sometimes a person you offer to help or comfort might not be very glad or grateful. They might feel uncomfortable, embarrassed, or annoyed. Not everyone can accept nurturing. That doesn't mean you did anything wrong. It just means that you need to find people who are more open to receiving your help. Write about 3 things you help other people. Tell how you felt and how they responded. The feel the need to feel worthwhile, valued, and admired. Have you asked your mom or dad, older brother or sister or grandparent to watch you do something like play an instrument, dance, or shoot hoops? Do you remember the look in their eyes when they watched you? We all need to feel worthwhile and valued. We need to feel truly recognized for who we are. We need to openly admire. At first, we look to other people to admire us, but over time, we can remember the admiration and use it to learn how to encourage and praise ourselves. Think of a baby girl who's just starting to walk. She first needs her parents to help her stand up, lead her by the hand, and pick her up when she falls. Later, she learns to walk by herself. When someone we care about says, "You're a good speller and I'm proud of you," we store away these words. And how we feel about them inside of us. We start to think, "I'm a good speller," even without someone else saying so. When someone we admire says, "I'm proud of the way you talk to your little sister," we start to think, "I'm a kind person." As other people notice our talents and abilities, we feel more secure about who we are. We begin to know that we are valuable and worthwhile, and that we deserve to be admired. Being admired by others helps us learn to admire ourselves. Get personal. Write about at least 3 of your talents and abilities. Now write down at least 3 people who help you feel worthwhile, valued, and admired. We can leave that question in the comments, 2 of them. The need for the power in our relationship and our life. So far, we've been talking about personal power, being secured and confident inside yourself. But there's another kind of power we all need. We all need to feel that we have power, real power, in our relationship with others. This is not the same as having power over other people. This is about sharing the power in a relationship or having at least some of the power. We all need to feel that we're in charge of our own life to some degree, while understanding the limits of our own power. Even though kids do have less power than adults, they can still have some power. For example, your parents have power. For example, your parents have the power to make you go to school, but you have power over whether you take your learning seriously. Whether you can make choices about things such as what or when to eat, what to wear, bedtime, or whatever you take music lessons. You are exercising power. Whether there are many things you don't have power over, there are some things you can have power over if you're given choices. Write about 3 things you have power over at home, then write about 3 things you don't have power over at home. Pick 1 thing you don't have power over. Talk about it with a parent, work together, come up with 2 choices you can make about it starting new. Put that in the comment. You can put this question, leave it in the comment section. Later, we'll tell you ways to get and use personal power in your relationship, in your life. But first, there's something else you should know about your feelings, future dreams, and needs. Learn how to claim them as your own. Claim your dream, claim your feelings, future dreams, and needs. So claim your feelings, future dreams, and needs. Mario can't find his winter gloves. He thinks he's left it on the playroom at recess. He knows there's a lost and found box in the school office. So he goes to the office after school and asks to see the lost and found box. I'm looking for my gloves, he tells the school secretary. It's blue with red stripes. And there it is, sitting right on top of the box. I found it, he says. This is my gloves. Mario names his gloves. He doesn't say I'm looking for a mitten or I'm looking for a scarf. Then he claims his glove. He doesn't say this is my gloves, but what is it doing here? He doesn't say this is my gloves, but sure is ugly. But he doesn't question or judge it. He simply accepts it. The glove belongs to him. That is the way to claim your feelings, future dreams, and needs. Don't question or judge them. Simply experience them, name them, and accept them. They belong to you. Why should you care about claiming your feelings, future dreams, and needs? Because naming them isn't enough to make them yours. What if Mario has said, "This is my gloves," and then left it in the lost and found box? He wouldn't have known where to find his glove, but he wouldn't have been able to use it. It is important to use all your feelings, future dreams, and needs, not the ones that seem easy and safe, not just the ones people say you should use. Maybe you don't like feeling shame. You wish you could leave that feeling in a lost and found box forever. Or maybe one of your future dreams is turning out to be a pain. You really want to learn to play the trumpet, but learning means practicing, and practicing takes too much time. Or maybe you're having a problem with your need for touching and holding. It's embarrassing when your dad hugs you, especially in front of your friends. Yet you like it when he hugs you. You miss it when he does it. How confusing. You may try to push away some feelings, future dreams, and needs, or lock them up inside yourself. This isn't a good idea because they don't stay away or hidden. They can turn into problems later. Many adults have problems in their life. Doctors and psychologists think one reason for this is because these adults denied or buried important feelings, future dreams, and needs for when they were kids. When we do this, we lost track of who we are. We lost ourselves. Talk things over with yourself. There's a simple way you can start claiming your feelings with future dreams and needs. We call it taking things over with yourself. We call it talking yourself. Here's how it works. Ask yourself, how am I feeling today? Then name a feeling you're having. Next, talk it over with yourself. Your talk might go somewhere like this. Say, I'm feeling sad today. Ask, why am I feeling sad? What happened that I feel sad about? I'm feeling sad because I had an argument with my dad last night. What can I do about my sad feelings? I can talk to my dad about the argument. So sometimes that you're upset with when you're upset with someone or about something and you figure out a solution in your head, and then my brain should tell me that I should go and do something about it, because if I don't do something about it, then the problem is not going to be fixed. So sometimes you can't change your feeling, but you can still talk it over with yourself. This is always better than pushing it away or locking it up inside yourself. So ask yourself, what are my future dreams? Then name a dream for the near future or for the far future. Next, talk it over with yourself. Your talk might go something like this. Say, I want to work with animals some days. Ask, what do I have to learn to make this dream happen? Say, I can start by reading books about people who work with animals. Ask, what else can I do? Say, I can talk to the veterinarian and animal trainers. Sometimes what your dream about may not be realistic. It might be not possible for you to make your dream happen, but you can still talk it over with yourself. This is always better than pushing it away, a dream, or locking it up inside yourself. Ask yourself, what do I need to do right now? Try to name your need, then talk it over with yourself. And you talk might go somewhere like this. I need to make friends. Say, I need to make friends at school. I feel left out and lonely sometimes. Ask, how can I start making friends? I can ask if anyone wants to play a game with me at recess. What if nobody says yes? I could find another group of kids who are playing games. I can ask if it's okay to join. Sometimes you can't get what you need, but you can still talk it over with yourself. This is always better than pushing your need away or locking it up inside yourself. So for tips for talking things over with yourself, try to make this a habit. Set aside time to do it every day. Talk out loud to yourself. If you have a private place you can go to. If not, write down your questions and answers in a notebook or a tablet, or just think them. So yes, it's better to talk it over with somebody, so at least that we can work together towards a goal. So yes, even though some people can't talk it over with themselves, but sometimes people can talk it over with other people because it's better, and they can think things through together. And even though you can talk things over with yourself in your head or something like that, or think about it, like, what do I need to do to solve this problem, or what do I need to do to achieve this goal, something like that. And then after you talk things over to yourself, then you can share your thoughts with someone and see what they said. Sounds like a plan? Alright. When feelings are too strong to handle, great escapes. Sometimes feelings are too strong to handle, especially the ones that don't feel good. We get so distressed or fearful or feel so humiliated or angry that the feeling takes over. At times like these, we may need to escape from our feeling for a while until we're ready to deal with it. Here are 4 great escapes you can try. Find something to laugh about. Read your favorite comic book. Watch a silly TV show or video. Ask somebody to tickle you or tell you a joke. Maybe you can even find something funny about what's bothering you. We know a teenager who does this. He used to drop and break things a lot. He felt angry at himself for being clumsy and he felt shame. He was often fearful that he would drop and break something else. One day he found a way to laugh at his problems. Now when he drops something he says, "Uh-oh, gravity strikes again." Focus your attention outward. Go swimming or biking. Go swimming or biking. Shoot some basketball or lace up your skates. Take a walk and concentrate on the sights and sounds around you. You can even spend time with your dog or cat. Be sure to talk to yourself about everything you're seeing, hearing, smelling, and touching. Doing this will focus your mind away from your strong feeling. So number 3, relax. Relaxing is another way to focus on something besides a strong feeling. There are many different ways to relax. Here's one you can try. Find a quiet space where you can be alone for a while. Sit comfortably and close your eyes. Picture yourself holding a huge bubble wand and a bottle of bubble soap. You dip your wand into the soap. You start blowing big rainbow bubbles. They float away, getting smaller and smaller, and finally disappear. There. Put a worry inside each bubble. Watch your worry float away and disappear. Do this for 5 to 10 minutes. Stop when you feel relaxed. Daydream. Daydreams are having personal copies of your favorite movies. You can watch them as many times as you want for free. You may already have your own special daydream for times when you need to get away. Here are 2 more you can try. I wish I could have whatever I need. Sometimes we have strong feelings because we pushing away or locking up another feeling, a future dream or a need. This daydream can help you find out. Here are 2 examples. Number 1, if I could have whatever I needed, my dad would pay more attention to me. Maybe you're feeling jealous of your brother or sister. Maybe you have the need to be wanted or feel special. What can you do to get your needs met? If I could have whatever I needed, my mom would walk me like she used to when I was a baby. Maybe you're feeling sad or fearful. Maybe you have the need for touching and holding, a need to be hugged or held. What can you do to get your needs met? If you can't figure out what a daydream is telling you, talk it over with an adult you trust. Maybe that person can help you understand your daydream. Face your monster. Sometimes the best way to escape from something is to turn around and face it. This daydream helps you face the monster of your strong feelings. Think about your feelings. Maybe it's fear or anger, shame or jealousy. Maybe it's loneliness or distress. Now imagine what your feeling looks like. Maybe fear looks like a tiny mouse. The mouse is shaking and its whiskers are quivering. Maybe anger looks like a creature made of fire. Smoking is coming out of his ears and nose. Maybe distress looks like a blue elephant. Its ears and trunk and tail are hanging down. Now imagine bringing your feeling a gift. If your fear looks like a mouse, you could bring it a piece of cheese. If your anger looks like a fire creature, you could bring it an ice cream cone. If your distress looked like a blue elephant, you could bring it some pink peanuts. How to deal with strong feelings. Great escapes are just right for times when feelings are too strong to handle. It's hard to think straight or know what to do if you feel with a strong feeling. You need to get away from your feeling for a while. Later, when you're calm, you can think about your feeling. Try to figure out what triggered it and plan what to do when you have that feeling again. But great escapes don't always work. Sometimes you return and the feeling is still there. Maybe it's not as strong as it was, but strong enough to get in your way. And sometimes taking a great escape just isn't possible. You don't have time, or it's not the right time. You need to deal with the feeling soon before it gets even stronger. Or you say or do something that might make things worse. Here are some ideas to think about, write about, talk about, and then try. Fear. Try to name your fear. Is it a strange noise, a threatening person, a storm, ghosts, monsters? Are you afraid that someone won't like you, that people will make fun of you? Be specific as you can. Decide if your fear is realistic or not. A realistic fear is something that could happen. An unrealistic fear is something that isn't likely to happen. If your fear is realistic, think about ways to face it, change it, or make it less frightening. How can you protect yourself? What can help you? You can try writing about it, or you can leave it in the comment section. If your fear is unrealistic, try to figure out why you're afraid. How your life be difficult if you didn't worry about something that isn't likely to happen. If you can't handle your fear or on your own, get help. Talk to an adult you trust. Distress. Try to name what's causing you distress. What are you sad about? Be as specific as you can. Talk with someone about your distress. A parent, a brother or sister, a good friend who will listen. Write about your distance or comment down below on this YouTube. Comment down below about your distance or suffering. Describe your feeling. Tell why you feel that way. Keep writing until you're ready to stop. You might feel that writing helps release some or all of your distance. Do something to cheer yourself up. Get together with a friend. Watch your favorite movie. Take a walk. Snuggle with your cat. Listen to music. If you can't handle your distress on your own, get help. Talk with an adult you trust. Anger. Try to name why you're angry. Did someone insult you, tease you, treat you badly? Take out his or her anger on you? That's not right, but it happens. And when it does, you might feel angry back. Be as specific as you can. Or maybe it was a misunderstanding or an accident. Ask questions to find out. Maybe you don't have a reason to be angry. If you do have a reason to be angry, try one or more of these ways to handle your anger. If you feel like you're about to explode, walk away from the person or situation that's triggering your anger. If you can't walk away, for example, if a parent or a teacher won't let you walk away, then take 5 deep breaths. Take 5 more or count to 10 slowly. Do it again if you need to. Do whatever it takes to stop yourself from exploding. You can even ask for some time alone. Stop and think before you speak or act. Will what you're about to say or do to make things better or worse? If it's likely to make things worse, choose something else to say or do. Remember, you are responsible for your own behavior. What you say or do is up to you. Tell yourself it's okay to feel angry. It's not okay to hurt someone back, even if that person hurt me first. Tense and then relax every muscle in your body from your head to your toes or from your toes to your head. Change your anger habits instead of yelling back. When someone yells at you, try this. Keep your voice low and calm. Say, I hear what you're saying. You're saying that. Instead of hitting back when someone hits you, walk away if you can, or stuff your hands deep in your pocket, or clasp your hands behind your back. Let off steam in a positive way that won't hurt you or anyone else. Run around the block. Take a walk or a ride or a bike ride. Toss or squeeze a pillow. Make paper balls and throw them against a wall. Shoot hoops, jump up and down. Write a letter to the person you're angry at, as if you're speaking to him or her, but don't actually send the letter or give it to the person. Keep it to yourself. Writing the letter is just for you. Keep peaceful thoughts. Imagine that you're on the beach watching the wave roll in, or lying on your back in a field finding shapes in the clouds overhead, or sitting on a block of ice cooling down your hot, angry feelings. Write about your anger. Describe the people and things that spark your anger. Describe what you can do when you're angry. Make a list of things you'd rather do instead. Set goals for yourself and write them down. Keep track of your progress. Feel like we did this part. Writing down your goals and everything. If you can't handle your anger on your own, get help. Talk with your parents, teachers, school counselor, or other adults you trust. If anger is a big problem for you and the other kids, you might ask your school counselor to start anger management group at your school, which could be a good idea because it helps release all that anger and talk about your anger and stuff, what you've been going through and stuff. So that's a good idea. So, shame. Try to name the source of your shame. Has someone said or done something to trigger your shame? Or does your shame comes from inside? Try to name the kind of shame you're feeling. Shame comes from different forms. You might feel worthless, powerless, embarrassed, discouraged, shy, guilty, self-conscious, or inferior. Put words in your shame. Give it a voice. Tell someone you trust how you feel. Be aware that shame can lead to anger at yourself, at other people, at the world. Learn and practice ways to tame your anger, like the ones listed on page 66 to 67. Build your personal power and positive self-esteem. Be responsible for your behavior and your feelings. Name and claim your feelings, future dreams, and needs. The book is full of ideas that can help you when you feel secure and confident inside yourself, and when your self-esteem is healthy and strong. It's harder for other people to trigger your shame, and you feel stronger inside. If you can't cope with shame on your own, you can get help. Talk to an adult that you trust. Jealousy. Try to name the reason for your jealousy. Does your dad pay more attention to his new stepkids than he does to you? Does your best friend have a new friend? Remember, jealousy always involves you and at least two other people. You can even be jealous of someone you don't know. Be as specific as you can about who is involved and how you feel. Be aware that jealousy can lead to lashing out at others. Discover new ways to express anger safely. Write about your jealousy. What other feelings does it trigger for you? Does it get in the way of your friendships? When you feel jealous, do you often say or do things you don't really mean? Things that hurt you and other people? Would you like to stop being jealous? Make a list of all the good things in your life. List the people you care about, the people who care about you, your favorite perfections. Why else do you feel glad and grateful? Now list the things you feel jealous about. You might find that your good things list is longer than your jealousy list, or the opposite might be true. In either case, look for ways to nurture yourself. This can help put things in perspective. If you can't handle your jealousy, if it keeps you from enjoying life, get help. Talk with an adult you trust. Loneliness. If you feel loneliness, it might be because you spent too much time alone, or it could be because you spent too much time with the wrong people. Try to decide which of these reasons is true to you. I would go with number one responses, because it might be a feeling of loneliness. Maybe you spend too much time alone. That's probably the reason why. Or you spend too much time with the wrong people. I don't know. Might be the reasons why. Other reasons. So if you spend too much time alone, do something about it. Make friends. Here are 5 tips to try. Reach out. Don't wait for others to make the first move. If there's someone you like to get to know, say hi, smile, start a conversation, find things you have in common, spend time together, get involved, join a group, troop, club, or team. Take a special class that interests you, either at or outside of school. Volunteer. Look for opportunities at school, in your neighborhood, in your community, or your place of worship. Show other people that you're interested in them. Don't just talk about yourself. Ask questions about them. Be a good listener. Be kind and respectful, tolerant and accepting. Treat other people the way you want them to treat you. If you feel lonely when you're with your friends, maybe they aren't really your friends. Maybe they don't treat you well. Maybe you don't have much in common. Maybe they're not a good influencer on you, or they try to get you to do things that you don't want to do. Break away and find new friends. You might feel lonelier for a while, but it won't last forever. You'll meet new people and build new friendship. If you need help making new friends or finding out the right friends, talk with an adult you trust, or talk with people your own age you respect and admire. Ask their advice. Down mood. Try to name the reasons for your down mood. Be be specific. Be as specific as you can. Write down your down mood. Let your feelings out. Talk about your down mood with an adult you trust. Talk with friends who will listen and be supportive. Tell yourself that everyone feels sad or blue sometimes. Gloomy feelings are part of life, and they usually pass. Do something to cheer yourself up. Do something to cheer yourself up. Watch a funny video online, listen to a comedian, read a joke book, spend time with someone who makes you laugh. Spend time with someone who makes you laugh. Get some exercise. Exercise releases chemicals of your brain called endorphins. Endorphins lift your mood. They gives you a natural high. Remember that a down mood is different from depression. If your down mood lasts for 2 weeks or longer, talk with an adult you trust. So important. If you ever feel so down, sad, hopeless, or powerless that you think about hurting yourself, get help right away. Talk to an adult you trust or look online under crisis hotline or suicide hotline and pick up the phone. Don't wait. So chapter 4 we'll do next time. So I hope this video helps you. So I hope you like, subscribe, and comment down below on this YouTube video. Thanks for watching and have a good night.